A family took pictures of this sewage that backed up into their home. For more than a year, 5 on Your Side has investigated these incidents and why the city's recommended fix doesn't always work. Keely Arthur is here to show us how worried we should be about this happening in our homes.
Gerald, this is a pattern. Look at these photos. We first told you about this issue back in 2019. Well, guess what? Now 2 other Raleigh families are dealing with the same thing.
All the way through here.
Raw sewage flooded Catherine Bryant and Paul Sullivan's home in April of 2023.
This is where in those original pictures you saw that black river. This was right where it was.
I was shocked. I mean, completely shocked.
Elizabeth Reed says the same thing happened to her.
The water comes up from this toilet
9 times.
This has kind of ruined my life a little bit here.
These are 2 different Raleigh families who say city contractors caused sewage to back up into their homes. Bryant said her damage and other costs totaled $160,000. Bryant and Sullivan had to cover $68,000 of that up front and were threatened with liens on their home.
And this one got a bit flooded too.
In the middle of all this, Bryant gave birth to their second child.
I spent a lot of my maternity leave, which breaks my heart a bit, pulling together this very detailed claim with all of my clothing and everything.
Reed says she spent upwards of 16 months in hotels with her 2 children because of these incidents and lost a massive amount of money.
This has cost me like $450,000, they estimate, over the years.
When these sewer blowback events happen, they're not just expensive to fix, there's a health risk.
That will contain active bacterial and viral contaminants that can potentially make you ill.
So precautions have to be taken during cleanup. The City of Raleigh's recommendation to prevent this is a backwater valve. Bryant didn't have one. Reed had one installed, but says it created a new problem.
When the city flushes these lines, it blocks up my main sewer line and it closes that flap, which is great because their water's not getting in. But when I don't know that that's happening, any waste I have in my house, from washing clothes to showering to flushing the toilet, backs up into my house. It causes another flood, but this time from inside.
The city says they didn't find any evidence that's what happened and denied Reed's most recent damage claim.
It's terrible. It's unbelievable. It's traumatic. I swear to God I have PTSD from this because you don't know when lightning is going to strike again.
The city uses an independent third-party administrator to handle these types of claims, and payments aren't made until the claim is complete. For Bryant and Sullivan, that took a year, but they were finally made whole.
We've managed to withstand this. We're really fortunate in a lot of ways, and I think that there are folks who this would be even worse, for them, and I think the city really needs to be mindful of that.
A city spokesperson said that's a standard practice to settle claims after damages have been identified and repaired. Now, newer homes likely have a backwater valve. If you don't have one, there are several options, so consult with a plumber. And if this happens to you, document everything. Take pictures, contact your municipality, and maybe you'll have to contact us too.
Boy, how frustrating it has to be for all these people.
Frustrating and gross, and they felt like nobody was helping them financially. It's just such a huge cost and headache.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Keely.